Welcome to the Unitarian Coastal Fellowship. This is a place where many paths meet, where we honor the rich tapestry of spiritual traditions, and where all are welcome to responsibly explore their own connections to the sacred. Whether you are here to seek, to remember, or simply to be present, we are glad you have joined us. Welcome. I'm Jackie Burns, and I use she, her pronouns, with Jace Pesh as worship associate, going to get water for a chalice over here. And thank you to accompany us, Megan Smith, Ron White as song leader, Brittany Steimenger and Karen Baggett making magic in the AV and Zoom today. If you are visiting us for the first or second time, would you raise your hand so that we may welcome you? I guess we're all old-timers here.
No newcomers?
I don't see any hands raised.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, you are welcome.
Welcome. If you are comfortable sharing your name and
let's find out also who is on Zoom.
Oh, yes.
We have Dan Phillips, Kay and Daryl Lynch, Larry and Deborah Bragg, and Sarah. So Sarah's iPhone, but I believe it's Sarah Sutherland. Hello.
I'll wave. Say hi.
All right. So we do have a few announcements today. First of all, it's time to sign up for the spring sessions of Thoughtful Gatherings. If you have not been part of this before, these are small group discussions on spiritual topics. And the sign up to get into a group is by the coffee window in the social hall. So after this, when we go to coffee, feel free to sign up for Thoughtful Gatherings. Mark, do you want to tell us about bylaw changes?
Yes. Last Sunday, we were supposed to have a coffee with the board and to discuss the bylaw changes, and we have an ongoing vote. But last Sunday's service, the energy was so high, I could not kill that buzz. I will never be a buzzkill. But I need you to vote. Who has voted for the bylaw changes already? Okay, it's super easy to do. There's a link in the wave. You click on that link. I think you could do it in 2 seconds. We're basically just trying to reduce the terms for president and vice president and have the ability to share all board positions, just to make it easier for everyone to be involved in the governance of this church, because that's what we want. It's our church. We want to run it together. So please vote. I need at least 25, 30 more votes so we have a quorum. I don't want to prolong any further. I want to come here next Sunday and announce the fact that we passed this beautiful thing. And that's it. Thank you.
Do we have anyone from the Finance Committee that wants to talk about the Pony Express?
Okay, I'm Joellen Essex, and I actually don't know that where the Pony Express is. Anybody from a team want to say how far theirs is? Do you know? Cape Carteret is finished. All right. Okay. What do you have, Dave? Whoa, 2 more stops in Beaufort. Okay, Ron. So it's close to the end, right? Oh, okay, well, Moorhead's going to catch up fast, right? Am I supposed to be testimonial? Okay.
Is there a kid who would like to come light the chalice? All right, Parker, come on up. All right, Parker's a pro at lighting it, so. Right.
And then talk.
All right. All right, as we light our chalice, welcome to this sacred space. Welcome to worship. Welcome to you who are joyful and excited this day. Welcome to you who are weary and in need of rest. Welcome to you who are seeking deeper meaning and purpose in the infinite expanse of life. Today we come with full hearts and open spirits to be open to the possibility that what we receive here will inspire us to mend up our tender parts, nourish our waning spirits, and give us enough wisdom and energy to embody resilience with every breath. And we also light our peace candle. Peace candle, yes. To remind ourselves that peace is a process that requires work. And peace is not merely an absence of conflict, but it's the presence of justice. And now let us speak these words as one. Come, let us worship together. Thank you, Parker. All right. Yes. We're on to the prayer for resilience through connections. This is written by Reverend Michelle Collins. And your part is in italics. And you start. You guys start. Source of love, spirit of interdependence, we give thanks for the web that holds us, the hands that have steadied us, the voices that remind us that we are not alone, the presence of those who have leaned on us just as we have leaned on them. Resilience is not a solitary triumph. It is woven through community, shared meals, gentle questions, laughter that breaks through the grief, courage borrowed from one another when our own runs thin. In this moment, let us remember that we are stronger together than apart. May we continue to offer and receive care, trusting that our connections sustain us, even when we cannot behold the whole picture. Blessed be the bonds that hold and keep holding. And now rise in body or spirit for hymn number 1021, 1021, Lean on Me.
Sometimes we will realize we are the pain, we have the sorrow, but if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. lean on me. When you're not strong, I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow the pride if I have things you need to borrow, for no one will fill those of your needs that you won't let show. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I don't lean to lean on. From your brother that you want a hand, you will need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand. You need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. For I want to marry on. It won't be long. It's only me, somebody to lean on. That sounded pretty good. The next one is going to be much harder.
He's not wrong. Okay. Okay, is that better? Each week we make some space and time to be human and celebrate our joys and grieve our sorrows together. Should you wish to share a personal joy or sorrow about a person or persons in your life, there is paper to fill out and place in the basket over in the corner over here. After our ritual, I will read these personal joys and concerns to the congregation. You may now line up over by the wall or through this aisle right here. And select stones or shells from the basket to represent your joys and concerns, and gently place them gently into the chalice of water. We welcome your joys and sorrows with our stones and water ritual. to read those. There is a testimonial. That's next, and then time for all ages, and then crew for Lance Corporal Orfera lost at sea February 7th in the Caribbean Sea. Please hold space for his family. Grayson is starting nursery school. Nursing. Sorry, I had the wrong person in mind. Sorry. I apologize. I was thinking of someone else. Thanks to all who spent their Valentine's Day in Raleigh with the bus. Life is good, and there is always hope. Next, we have a testimonial. Joellen?
Well, hopefully this will be short and sweet because I didn't finish writing it. Anyway, I loved it that we talked this morning. Let us remember again that we are stronger together than apart. And that's what makes this congregation so special to me and to many of us. Because together, we put together the infrastructure that spreads out over the county and over the state. We're not just paying bills, we're paying our water bill and electric bill so that we can do other things. And we're paying our payroll so that we can have our minister go out and do so many cool things that she's doing. And so, you know, that infrastructure is us. It's what we give to this church. It's not just money, it's time and talent. And so money helps us with the other infrastructure, And that's why, that's why I make a pledge. And that's why I hope all of you make a pledge for the coming year, so we know how much we can spread our love. And if you are wondering where to put your pledge, this is a good spot. But you can put it in the pledge plate too. And we're so grateful for everybody that's, doing the Pony Express. It's kind of a new fun thing to try. But we just wanted to get the pledge drive going quickly and figure out our budget a little more efficiently. So thank you so much for all you do. This is really a most generous congregation, and I thank you for that.
Check one. Now it is time for all ages. If children want to come gather up, they can. If they want to come hang out here at the Intention table, they can. Or if you want to chill in your seats, that's cool too. This week we are exploring how we find resilience through community. So with that in mind, I want to tell you a tale about a young monk who feels overwhelmed by the storms in his life. Sweet. All right. Long ago, in a quiet mountain village, a young monk felt overwhelmed. Storms had battered the fields, the roof of the small temple leaked, and each day more people arrived with worries he didn't know how to ease. One afternoon, the young monk sat with his teacher beside a grove of bamboo. "I don't understand," he said. "Everything feels too heavy. I keep trying to be strong, but the storms just keep coming. I feel so worn down, like I'm about to break." And the teacher nodded gently and then pointed toward the bamboo swaying in the wind. "Watch." A powerful gust swept down the mountainside. Whoosh! The bamboo stalks bent, almost to the ground. But they did not break. When the wind passed, they rose again, tall and steady. And many people think resilience means standing firm against every challenge, the teacher said. But bamboo teaches something different. It does not resist the wind. It bends and then rises. The teacher brushed aside a leaf and revealed a small green shoot pushing through the soil. "Look at this one. Only a few weeks old, yet already reaching upward. It doesn't worry about how many storms have come or how many will come next. It simply keeps growing towards the light." The young monk touched the tiny stalk and felt its surprising strength. "But teacher," he said softly, "what if the storm is too strong? What if we bend so far that we cannot rise again?" The teacher placed a hand on his shoulder. "That is when we rely on the grove." The young monk looked around and suddenly saw what he had missed before. The bamboo was all connected underground. Though each stalk stood alone above the earth, the roots were intertwined below. When one stalk is weakened, the teacher continued, the whole grove helps hold it up. Resilience is not a solitary path. It grows from connection, just like these roots. As the wind began to blow again, the young monk watched the bamboo move together, supporting one another with every sway. And something inside him shifted, a sense of strength that wasn't just his own, but shared. "Thank you," he said quietly. "I understand now. The teacher smiled. Storms will come again, but with a community of support, so will our rising. All right. And so, what do we learn here?
We are stronger together than apart.
That's right, stronger together than apart. That's right, bamboo is very bendy. And then what does it go to when a solitary branch might break? What does it use to depend on? The grove. Yeah, and the roots will, as a group, support the single. Yeah, all right. Well, thanks for the time for all ages. We will continue on.
It's time for Crew for Change, and this will have our young people come around to gather up your change, and they get to decide where it will go, and hopefully they'll tell us where by the end of the month. And as they do that, they will pass around to you some Mardi Gras beads. You want to pass them out? Take the basket. You can take the basket. And then the children will go to their religious education class. All right, we hope you all enjoy your religious education classes.
Are they leaving?
We're not doing the blessing. Because of the music and the Crew for Change, that was instead of. Okay. We're going to have a little bit of a longer meditation today. I'm going to start with a poem by Lynn Unger. Breathe, said the wind. How can I breathe at a time like this, when the air is full of smoke, of burning tires and burning lives? Just breathe, the wind insisted. Easy for you to say. If the weight of injustice is not wrapped around your throat, cutting off all air. I need you to breathe. I need you to breathe. Don't tell me to be calm when there are so many reasons to be angry, so much cause for despair. I didn't say to be calm, said the wind. I said to breathe. We are going to need a lot of air to make this hurricane together. A few weeks ago, we learned a healing breath from Laura Prestwich. I learned a while ago that when you breathe with a long exhale, it is a calming breath. You can change to the next slide. Our focus on breath will also lead us into our meditation. We'll breathe in for 4 counts, hold for 2, breathe out for 6 counts, hold for 2, then begin again. Breathe in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2. As you breathe in, bring your awareness within. As you breathe out, expel fear, grief, despair, whatever you want to get rid of. Again, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2, in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, hold, 2. Continue in silent meditation. You can keep going with the breath for another couple of breaths and then just relax your breathing and remain in silence. What is resilience? What makes us resilient? How can we be more resilient and help each other be resilient? Resilience is the ability to withstand or to recover quickly from difficulties. In this day and age, many things are changing all at once, creating many difficulties. It seems the rules we have to protect immigrants, minorities, the environment, children, LGBTQ, family and friends, and more are all being abandoned at once. With one difficulty after another coming our way, it's easy to feel overwhelmed and exhausted as we try to deal with it all. How can we help each other recover and become more resilient? Perhaps focus, community, building islands of coherence, and this faith community all play important roles. We must understand that we cannot do everything that's needed all by ourselves, even though issues don't arise all at one at a time. Some of us may focus on children, others on health care or social justice or immigrant rights or voting rights or environmental equity. All of these are worthy causes. To reduce overwhelm, choose your area of focus and work primarily there. You can support others working in other areas without being consumed by them. Attend their educational events and protests when you want to, but find your area of focus and work there. I will use myself as an example. I'm an environmentalist. For much of my life, I have worked to teach other people about nature. But I find myself transitioning. I'm concerned that we have become increasingly divided and unable to talk reasonably with others about issues that concern us all. I want to work with others to produce forums on issues with speakers explaining various perspectives, giving our audiences food for thought. These won't necessarily change the mind of those on the far right or the far left, but it may sway some views in the large, very large middle. I want to support the work of others in art in other areas, but I want to focus my work on education about issues. When I think about the importance of community, I remember a lesson from the choir. You see, in choir, we learn how to sustain notes for longer than our breaths can last by working as a group. We must mindfully stagger our breath, then rejoin the song so that others may breathe and the sound appears uninterrupted. We're learning music, but we're also learning that together we can do what none of us can do alone. The power of community, standing together, makes us strong and leads to the chants like the recent Minneapolis Strong. What can we do as a community to support each other in personal or political struggle? How can we be Unitarian strong? As I was thinking about the importance of community in maintaining our resilience and our energy for change, I'm reminded of a confession by Martin Niemöller. Niemöller was a Lutheran minister in Germany before, during, and after World War II. Early on, his views were right-wing. In the 1930s, when Adolf's Germany began its reign of persecution, he agreed with some of what they did, and he didn't protest other things. Then they challenged the church, his church, where he was a minister. He protested that and was arrested several times. He ended up in a concentration camp at the last part of the war. He survived and then spoke out about injustice for the remainder of his life. In his speeches, he confessed. First, they came for the socialist, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. Then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was not a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak for me. To me, this confession is a warning of what happens when we don't stand together. I think it's much better to be part of a group that stands for what is right, even when it doesn't directly affect them. More recently, a chemist studied how complex systems behave under stress and found that when chaos increases, small pockets of order, what he called islands of coherence, can stabilize the whole system. The islands don't have to be big and powerful. They just need to hold steady, like anchor points in a storm, until the chaos burns itself out and new patterns can emerge. That's what we need now. Those pockets of coherence. A congregation organizing a mutual aid for laid-off workers. Neighbors forming community defense networks. Teachers creating safe and honest spaces for students amid book bans and curriculum censorship. Communities protecting their LGBTQ citizens. Even a circle of friends committing honest, thoughtful conversations in a time of spin and propaganda. So when the news feels overwhelming, ask yourself, where can I create an island of coherence today? Where can I show up with love, clarity, and courage? How many of you attended the bus trip to Raleigh yesterday? Quite a few. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. Of course, I have no ownership of you, so maybe I have no right to be proud of you. Perhaps I should say instead that I'm pleased to be part of a faith community that believes in living our values. Many of us are working for a better tomorrow by building organizations that help others, or by protesting inequities we see in America today. This work builds islands of coherence, and it's wonderful that we're doing this work, although at times it's exhausting and overwhelming and can sap our energy. When we become exhausted and lose our energy, how can we restore it? By focusing our efforts, by leaning on each other, by finding or making islands of coherence, and sometimes by taking a much-needed break while trusting the community to continue, by sharing the load, and by returning to this holy space to recharge. No single act will fix everything, but every act, every protest, every meal shared, every truth spoken in love pushes back against the chaos, and if enough of us hold steady, we will make a difference. Please rise in body and spirit as we sing our gratitude for this faith and for each other. Hymn number 1015, I Know I Can.
Megan's going to play this through. We can get a little bit of a feel about the timing of this music. is a spiritual. You got to get into it. You hear that? No days, the dark wind, and the burdens weigh on our, the whole trouble weight every turn. I know I can go on. Those sorrows heals, burdens make me strong, though troubles wait at every turn. I know I can go on. And we're going to learn this by the end of the month.
There are more verses, but, This is yours.
For the, okay.
The sponsor.
Share the plate, got it. And it is time to share the plate. This month's Share the Plate is for UU Justice NC. UU Justice NC organizes UUs across North Carolina to co-create a transformative movement for justice through spiritual grounding, collaboration, and imagination. They work to organize opportunities for spiritually grounded direct action on issues, develop opportunities for education, leadership skills development, and spiritual growth. They also provide our congregation with regular updates and resources related to state and national issues, legislation, and calls to action. They connect us with state and national justice partners and UU congregations across NC. In today's current environment, the leadership of UU Justice NC is more important than ever. UCF benefits directly from the support, guidance, and collaborative partnerships provided by UU Justice NC, and we are a proud partner congregation. Please give as you can to help support the work of UU Justice NC. Okay. Now please join in blessing this offering with hymn number 402, From You I Receive. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, and from this we live. All right, and on to our chalice extinguishing. This is a time when we extinguish our chalice and bring it to a close. All right. Please join me in reading our chalice extinguishing words behind me. All right. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. In these we carry in our hearts until we are together again. And now, en español, I'll try my best. Extinguimos esta llama, pero no la luz de la verdad, el calor de comunidad, o el fuego de nuestro compromiso. Estos los elevaremos en el corazón hasta que estemos juntos otra vez. And now, let us join our voices in song as we sing number 357. Anyway, 357, Bright Morning Star. Anyway.
This is a new one for us too. So those that you can read music, good luck. Play it through, absolutely. Stars are rising bright, bright stars are rising, bright morning stars are rising. Day is a breaking source. Oh, where are our dear mothers? Oh, where are our dear mothers? Oh, where are dear mothers? Our day is a breaking in my soul. They are sowing seeds of gladness. They're sowing seeds of gladness. They are sowing seeds of gladness. Day is a breaking in my soul. Oh, where are dear fathers? Oh, where are dear fathers? Oh, where are dear fathers? Day is breaking in my soul. They're in the fields of plowing. They are in the fields of plowing. They are in the fields of plowing. Day is breaking in my soul.
It is a UCF tradition to join hands and form anything close to a circle. However, if you prefer not to, if not moving is what you need right now. Please remain in the center of the circle, and we'll surround you with presence and love. Can I get in here?
Yeah, sure, go ahead.
Sorry about that.
That's okay, no worries. You're fine. Let's do this.
We have blessed each other with word and song. We have embraced the greater truth of our resilience, one that is terrifying to systems that would keep us isolated, afraid, and angry. For when we come together, we remember who we are and whose we are. We are a living tradition of people who love fiercely, serve mightily, and journey humbly with the spirit of life. May we depart in peace. May we depart as beloveds held together in spiritual community. Wherever we go, may resilience cascade within us until we are together again. Thank you, and please join us for the coffee hour.